Hey everybody, my name is Sean. I'm from the Smithtown Library, and today I'm going to show you guys how to access your favorite newspapers from some of our online databases that we offer, and you can find those on our website. So to get started, you're going to bring up your web browser. In this case, I'm using Google Chrome, and I'm starting from Google's homepage, but it doesn't really matter where you start from. As long as you have access to the URL bar up here, you can go ahead and type in smithlib.org, which will take you to our website. And once this loads, you're going to navigate on over to online resources here. And within the drop-down bar, you're going to pick the first option, online databases. You can see our whole collection of categories are up here. The one we're interested in right now is newspapers. We have 16 total databases to choose from. A lot of them are New York specific, but then we also have access to databases that include newspapers from across the country and also across the world. So the first one we'll be starting with is US Newsstream here. I'm using this one as an in place because most of the other specific papers that we have are all owned by the same company, ProQuest. So the interface is going to look the same. So if we know how to do US Newsstream, we know how to do any of them. So if you're looking for one particular paper like Newsday or Wall Street Journal or New York Times, we have those individually and you can choose to use those. But I'm going to show you this one here because it contains so many other papers. So we're going to go ahead and click outside the library. It's going to bring us to this library page. This is your online account page, which you can sign into using your barcode number or a username if you have that one set. If you have one set up, and that is going to go in here. Please excuse my typing noises. And a password you may already have set up. If you do not, you can go ahead and click on Create a Password, or even forgot your password to set one up. If you do not have a password, an email address on file, which it's going to require, you can chat with us on this handy button right here to get that fixed. Okay, so here is the US Newsstream page. It's owned by a company called ProQuest. So every paper that falls under the ProQuest heading is going to look the same as US Newsstream does here. And so what I think is the easiest way to go about finding your paper of choice is just to go to publications, and you're going to click on that. And as you can see, there are over 1,000 papers that are a part of this. So there is a lot to choose from in this specific one. I'm going to go ahead and look for, do a title search for USA Today. And you can see it starts to supply auto suggestions there. Seems like my computer's not displaying it properly right now, but let's go ahead and hit search. In this case, we have a couple options. I think we'll go with the first one here. Notice it's got some limitations, like this only goes back to 1997 for full text. There are citations of articles from back from '89, which aren't going to help us. This one down here seems to only go up to 1997. So just look for stuff like that when you're trying to find your paper. Mostly everything we will have up to date, and a good bit of historical coverage too. So once you pick the paper you're looking for, really all you need to do is to find the most recent paper is just to hit right here, latest available issue, and click on the date. But if you wanted to say you're just accessing this now and you wanted to see the last couple of days, you can come down here and hit 2020, and it just gets more specific as you go down. So you can pick the month, and then once you open the month, it'll have all the days listed. Let's just do April 15th. And unfortunately, it's not going to be an actual picture of the paper. I really wish it was. It's a shame that it isn't. But if you want to keep up to date and read the latest articles, like this first one here, this is a good resource for that. But notice that it's just this wall of text. It's not quite the same as looking at it in the paper, which is what it is. At least you're still able to get the same information. And that should pretty much cover it. I went with USA Today. However, the process for any other paper would be the same. So just stick to those guidelines I showed you and make sure that the date range on the paper is up to the current date, and you shouldn't run into any problems. If you want to go ahead and check out some of the other databases and see how you like their layout better, feel free to do that. I just think that ProQuest is really simple to use, and also since so many of the paper-specific options are just in ProQuest, I figured that would be the most useful one to show you. And that should just about do it. Thank you for joining me today. We can't wait to see you in our building soon, but until then, stay well and continue to visit the library's website at www.smithlib.org for more programs and resources.